Hey there guys and welcome to FP1, and now today we received the updated body kit for the Formula E Gen 2 car. Now I've dubbed this the Gen 2 EVO, and I'm actually a massive advocate of it. Now obviously Formula E isn't a series that I've really delved into much on the channel so far, so if you do enjoy this video, leave me a like and let me know in the comments, and I will happily do more of this going forward. Obviously I'm not a massive fan of Formula E in comparison to Formula 1, but I do watch it regularly. I do know a fair bit about what's going on, so I'm happy to make videos on it. So it's all down to you guys. Leave me a like in the comments below if you did enjoy this video. But yeah, let's get straight into the changes. So possibly the most radical change comes at the front end of the car, and that's the lack of the wheel covers. And the whole kind of reasoning for this was thinking back to last season in Formula E and the amount of contact that we saw and the amount of collisions and even pile-ups. There were a couple of red flags, if I remember correctly, just from drivers being almost overly aggressive and the series becoming kind of like bumper cars, I guess you could say. Now, this front wing is designed to be a lot more punishing to the driver, and so if they do have some sort of contact, that wing is going to come off, they're going to have to pit. And in the series like Formula E, where there aren't scheduled pit stops, you've got attack mode now, which is going to carry on. They are carrying that system going. It's going to be a massive problem for your entire race plan and race strategy if you're going to have to come in and pit and change that front wing. So the whole kind of aim here is to reduce that contact. I think it is going to make racing a lot more exciting as well. I think we will see if the aggressive drivers come out a lot more, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys adapt to this. Look at the actual like geometry of the wing. We see they've kind of gone back to what they did for season 3 of Formula E, where they updated their Gen 1 chassis and had the end plate almost bend round and reconnect with the nose cone. They've not gone quite as radical here, but it has got that bend back as they remove that wheel arch, which I'm a massive advocate for. We're finally kind of going back to that open wheel ideology that Formula E was to begin with. So yeah, massive fan of that. Now, the end plate also kind of spitting out a little bit. That's again just to direct air away from that tyre. And I guess the benefit of having that wheel arch in the first place is you're not having air hitting that face of the tyre and producing a lot of drag. So what they've done to mitigate this is they've designed the front wing to try and get that air either going over the top of the tyre or going around the side of the tyre, just like they do in Formula 1. But obviously, Formula E, the regulations, I guess, are a little... Well, there's no regulations, really. It's a spec series. So they can kind of do what they like with the design of the car, and they can thus be a little bit more flexible on how they move that air and how efficiently they move that air around the car. So really big fan of this. Looks really nice as well. They've got the element which is still there on the current Gen 2 design, just below that end plate. It's jutting out the end plate on the inside of the wing. Now, that seems to have been reprofiled a little bit, I guess, just again to improve the aerodynamic efficiency of the car. Maybe direct air into the air intake going slightly further back, but we'll get to that in a second. So moving just behind the front tyres, then we can see this almost new bargeboard area that's being created from the lack of the wheel arch. And again, it looks quite nice. The whole purpose of it is just being designed to push the air further back around that rear tyre now. Now we're past that front tyre, we're going to get the air around the rear tyre as well. And the whole car, it's the same with the original Gen 2 design. It's very slippery. There's not many kind of aerodynamic flicks and vortex generators that you see in Formula 1 nowadays. It's kind of, let's just make this car as aesthetically pleasing as possible. And they've really succeeded. And again, I wonder if it's just the livery that they've put on this car. But it does look incredible. And I never thought I'd be saying that about a Gen 2 Formula E car. So I will take that every single day of the week. Now, the main monocoque itself hasn't changed, but goes slightly behind the, I guess almost fake airbox that you've got at the top, and you have a shark fin. And it's great to see shark fins back. Obviously, we had them in Formula 1 kind of towards the mid to late 2000s era. Then they came back again in 2017 before being written out of the regulations. We do see them in other series as well. I know Formula 2 has them, but the Formula 3 does as well. But again, a nice aesthetic change, and it looks brilliant, I think, on the Formula E car. I think, take that off, it just looks a little bit wrong. But once you put that shark fin on there, it's, yeah, brilliant looking. I absolutely love that. And again, that's just to improve the stability, especially around cornering. And we're seeing that a lot in Formula E, with the way the tracks are designed. We've got lots and lots of corners to contend with. So, good to see they're kind of taking more of an aerodynamic standpoint as we go through the seasons. And we're looking more at how efficient these cars can be going around corners, and they're just a little bit more technical now, which is great to see. So final thing to look at then is this new rear wing. It's kind of, they've almost inverted the old design. So if you remember, the old design kind of went above the rear tyres. This time they've now gone inwards instead, and I don't know, I kind of wish they'd almost connected these two struts together and had it just as one clean rear wing. I think that would look a lot nicer, but that's maybe my only really gripe with these new changes. I still think it looks a lot nicer. I did think when I saw the original Gen 2 car, I was a little bit disappointed that there's just no really rear wing there at all. And I guess the purpose was that it wasn't really necessary, but it's good to see that they've taken a slightly different ideology with it this time round. And again, it does still look really nice. I just kind of wish that the two parts maybe came together as one clean kind of bit above that diffuser, and that diffuser still looks amazing. And I think even more so now they've kind of got rid of the old kind of rear ring style that they had. The diffuser stands out a lot more in the car, and it does just show how powerful that is. A lot of the downforce generated of these cars is through the underfloor, which is kind of what their Formula 1 are aiming to do for 2021. And it is working for Formula E. If you look at the racing in Formula E over the last 2 seasons especially, it has been phenomenal and really, really unpredictable, which has been fantastic. Hopefully we can see that in Formula 1 in a few years' time. Well, we never know. But overall thoughts on the car then, really, really happy. A lot more content than when I first saw the original Gen 2 design about 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, it looks okay, but I feel like it's kind of going away from that single-seater design too much. They've kind of taken a step backwards and they've gone back to what the fans almost wanted, and I think it's produced a lot better racing and a lot more aesthetic racing as well. So what are your thoughts on the new Gen 2 car? Let me know down in the comments below. And as I said at the start, if you did enjoy the new style of content on the channel, let me know with a like and a comment as well. Of course, if you can subscribe, that'd be even better. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.